Hi there, welcome to another short satsang. Happy Saturday, it's such a beautiful day here. Even saw some caterpillars and found a dinosaur. I'll show it to you guys after the satsang because I have to find it. I don't know where I put it. No phone stand today. I tried, didn't work. See if there's anything that wants to come up. It's a baby bee. I've been hiking around to a lot of the Indian sites out here. Lots of cool petroglyphs and caves and really powerful spots. And each time I've gone out on the land this week, I've just been getting swarmed by bees. Like they think it's spring out here. And they've been, I don't know, they think I'm a flower or I'm maybe smell like something sweet, but they are really hitting it hard. But one of the sites, the first one we went to, we've tried to find this petroglyph site like, I don't know, at least 2 times, or like we've attempted to go there. And it took a little bit of hunting to find it, but it had the biggest swirl. Swirl meaning the circular movement that comes into a central point, right? So the Indians really liked this image and they drew it around many of the petroglyph sites that I've been to here. And the reason I really like this image is because it's the perfect image of the journey within, the journey inward, leaving that outside world of thinking, outside world of images, the external reality, and going deeply within, deeply within. And then on the spiral, sometimes they would draw a second endpoint on these petroglyphs. And the way that I understand it is that once we go inward, then we make the journey back out, right? The journey back out. And many symbols speak of this completion of this journey of going within and then coming back out from that space of who you are. The Kundalini symbol, also the medical symbol, is also two intertwined spirals moving upward, right? But there's 2 of them, so they're designating a dualistic, like upward downward movement. But the reason I like the spiral is because it's not levels, it's not up or down, like it's inward, right? Inward. And then we have this like cosmic motion of just moving around and around and around, and the way that all the planets move, the way that our inner energy moves, and the energy of all matter is circular. And there was another cave we went to yesterday, and it's called the Shaman's Cave, and it's a little sketchy to get to it because there's a huge ledge and then it just like drops right off. So I actually went climbing up the mountain to find an alternate route, and I did, because I don't like stuff like that. Anyway, and so this cave had a perfect circle in it. It was a huge cave, and then outside, on the side, there was just this gigantic, perfect circle. And there were other people in there, and everybody's like, "Oh, the energy here is crazy, like it's amazing." And I was in there, and I was like, "Oh, really? Like, I mean, it's cool, but like it's not that cool." And then this morning, I was just walking around, and I couldn't get that image of that circle. Like, it was just like penetrating me. And um and it was also very symbolic in my interpretation, because I understood it, that the dark cave as this womb, as this incubator, like where the seed of life just incubates in darkness, right? Apparently the universe came from a black hole, or a dark matter. Um, and all of creation starts in this dark place of the unknown, this place where things just kind of incubate and saturate. And sometimes, especially if the mind has a lot of material it's composting, like the space can be so uncomfortable and so dense and so heavy. And just like these caves, this shaman's cave. And then what was so symbolic about this particular spot is it had a window, this perfect circle that was so bright, and the blue sky was just shining so brightly out of it, and all the mountains and the horizon. It was just like the symbolic movement out of the cave, out of the darkness, out of incubating, and out in through this wholeness, this interconnectedness, this unity where everything is indeed one, expressing that. So that's really been coming through in my experiences on the land this week, and I wanted to share them. And then the other thing I wanted to share was kind of more of an experience, because I also ended up at a winery here that I haven't been to in quite a while, but it's really beautiful. The sun was setting. Like, the light here is so beautiful when the sun's setting. Like, I get why photographers um, follow the light, because it really drastically changes certain landscapes, especially here. Anyway, the sun was setting, and everything was so beautiful and just like vibrant, and the definition on all the plants and the trees and the branches was so electric. And so we went into this winery, and, just to sit in the garden for a bit and soak in the sunlight. And Paul was grabbing a glass of wine, uh, and I was just standing there, like, really nostalgic, because I used to live in wine country. So my thoughts were going like, "Oh, that was so great. Those were the good old days. And wouldn't it be great if you were back in your cottage in wine country?" Um, and then it was like this blast of awareness came over me, and I was like, wait a second, like, I am in wine country right now. I'm here right now. And so this time-bound reality that we live in, like, it's always trying to possess whatever it is that's happening. Whatever it is that it's experiencing has to be claimed by it. It's like, what is never enough. The me never wants what is, but yet what is the only place where timelessness or truth or reality sits. It's that central point of the spiral. And the sense of the separate me, it is time. It is time. It is that sense of trying to unify its sense of separation through possession. This sense of leaving its home, leaving its presence in order to seek and to begin that journey outward from that spiral. And when we walk the steps back to come back home, to come back to that integral aspect of who we are, we come back to timelessness. We touch something that is beyond karma, beyond life and death, beyond the world of creation, of the ebb and flow of things that come and go. We come to the essence, the truth of reality as it is. You know, with no more spiritual fluff, no more dreaming, no more stories that it's going to get better, that there's a better place than this. You know, that you have to go and possess and claim and create. And when we come back out from that source of who we are, then we become the ebb and flow of life itself. In all the 10,000 things that rise and fall, as Tao says, we become all of them. You know, not just one thing, not just that experience I had at the winery, and not just in the limited sense of possessing this one thing, you know? Like, why possess one thing when you could be everything, you know? You are everything. You are everything. So if that sense of separation is playing out, it doesn't matter if it's playing out. It's not the truth. Why focus on that or beat yourself up about that or think that, you know, your seeking's a problem? Reality has nothing to do with your seeking at all. It's just not who you are. That's it. That's the only message. It's just not you. It's an aspect of you, right? But it's a very limited expression of reality. And so the seeking, it has to happen inward, not outward. And then it can express. You know, then it can sing, then it can dance. What Adyashanti calls emptiness dancing. And I think it is relevant because I think so many people get stuck on this spiral, on this path, you know, but it's such an effortless movement. You know, just allowing that evolution of consciousness to take place in the being that you are, in the being that you are. So, alrighty. Time to migrate, so I will show you my dinosaur. Took me a while to figure out that it was a dinosaur because I thought it was like a lizard thing. And then I was like, oh no, that's a dinosaur. Hold on. Here it is. Okay, you ready for this thing? Can you see that? Like, is that not a dinosaur? Or like a seahorse? Or lizard? I don't know. What do you think it is? Have a beautiful day wherever you are. You are that beautiful day. You are everything. So enjoy yourself.